Appreciate everybody coming in here. Sorry for the late live, starting a minute early. Give everybody a few minutes to get up in here. I appreciate all 8 of you getting in here for me. Yeah, it's true. I've lost some concrete before, but not as grub mud. But before we talk about that, I want to say I appreciate everybody clicking on the replay. They coming in here. If you're watching the replay, yes. So I thought, well, when I did the title, I thought I'd only lost. What's up, Mr. D? I thought I'd only lost one concrete before, but I've actually lost two. Let me talk about the first one. The very first one, I was working for a company. They were a union company, and let me tell you, they brought me in to help. They were a concrete cutting company, and they brought me in to help just pour concrete. Salute everybody in here. I'm gonna tell the story for a minute though. So look, this we're pouring curb, usually curb and gutter, but on this time we're doing these curbs where we have this curb machine and we walk around and go around a circle and put the curb on asphalt. Well, we had a pea gravel mix and we're just going like me and the guy that are pouring the curb, we're just going all around all the circles, and the Mexicans that were finishing the curbs couldn't keep up, and we poured out too much, but they just took the bobcat in there and smashed it all out. That didn't really matter. I don't really consider that one. Salute. I appreciate you coming in here. But this spring we had a bad one. I was helping out a friend. Boy, I was helping out this friend, and let me tell you what happened. The day before, he'd been setting up this side job. The day before, he helped us pour, so I was just going to help him pour. But the deal was, I'm bringing the Georgia buggy, and that's all I got to do is Georgia buggy. You know, that sounded pretty sweet to me. I never get the Georgia buggy. If you don't know what a Georgia buggy is, it's like a big concrete buggy, that a wheelbarrow that's motorized, and it brings a half yard at a time. Keeps up with the concrete pump really good. I'm just playing. Nah, but for real. So we're Georgia buggying it in. I tell him, well, first of all, the day before he doesn't have all his stone in, so me and my dad bring a load of stone over there, drop it off, and I call him. I said, "Man, you need to get over here and help spread this out. There's a guy over here with the bobcat that can help you out." He's like, "Man, I'm think I'm going fishing." I'm like, "What? Dude, this is your job, man. You need to, you know what I mean?" I'm thinking like my job. I'm going to have it 100% ready before I pour. Well, I said, "All right then, man. We'll grade it out." And so we graded it out real quick, strung it and stuff, and then the next day, um, you know, it was in the springtime. The next day, he has concrete scheduled for noon, and when he gets this concrete scheduled for noon, it's right in the middle of the sun. I told him put 1% retarder in it. Well, we start driving, and I got all this on film too. The both the trucks show up at the same time at 12, so we got two trucks sitting there, and this is 12, 13 yards we're pouring. Next thing you know, when we're pouring this concrete, right? I'm Georgia buggying it, and we get back there. They had this old school guy that he was supposed to be the badass. So he's basically washed up, and he's slow as molasses, but he's getting it all struck off, trying to tell me, slow down, slow down, slow down. I'm like, man, we got 12 yards. I got to get this stuff in here. So I'm dumping it. Stop. You know what I mean? He's yelling at me. I'm like, dude, you need to stop yelling at me. I'm coming in here just Georgia buggy, man, and I can work circles around you. You know what I mean? I'm thinking this, and he's sitting there barking at me and stuff. I'm like, dude, you need to stop that, and he stops for a second. Then we get up and we put a string across something, and he wanted to cut the string, so I took the hammer and put it on top of the stake, and I was going to tap it a couple times, and it breaks the string. You can break the string right off. Well, he no, 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 you're gonna knock down my grade. You know what I mean? And then he starts barking at me again. I'm like, dude, you know what I mean? Austin, I'm not gonna say dude's real name. I'm like, Landon, get this dude in check. And so he basically says, you two need to calm down. You know what I mean? Both of us are kind of hard headed. Next thing you know, I go fill up a Georgia buggy, and the damn spring falls off the throttle, so it won't go nowhere. Well, I get it. I sit there for like 15 minutes. They walking over here. The Georgia buggy's broke down. We got 12 yards. We've unloaded like 3 yards so far, and it's sitting there broke down. And I finally get it fixed. It took me like forever. I had to take wrenches off and stuff. I finally get it fixed, but it's not really fixed. It's like rigged, like redneck rigged. You know what I mean? So we have this thing. Nobody knows it's rigged but me. I'm like, I got it going. Let's go, let's go. Because he doesn't want to pull the trucks all the way back there because there's a concrete sidewalk and he didn't want to break it. So I get the buggy going again, and we get around. It's a pool deck, big old pool deck that stretches all the way around. They get around the pool deck, and then there's this huge patio on this side. and the buggy's full of concrete, and I pull it up there, and we start like, dude told me not to dump it, so I set it down. He comes over there and does something to the throttle, or shuts it, does the throttle and breaks it off again. I'm like, what the hell, dude? Why'd you touch? I'm like, oh, and I'm just supposed to be a Georgia buggy guy. I'm getting mad. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, why'd you touch that thing, man? Like, like really, and because it's right in the middle of the way too, and it's full of concrete, and I couldn't get it back on. I finally get it back on, but at this time they had already pulled the truck up there and they start unloading it. They finally get the first truck unloaded. The second truck's still out there at the curb. Well, he backs out. Next truck comes in, and it comes down. It's like a 3 slump. I'm telling you, we're scraping it down, trying to get the concrete out of there. And dudes, I put, at the same time, the concrete around the pool deck, it's like ready for joints. So I finally get the buggy out of the way, and and I go around and start cutting joints because now we don't need a buggy driver. I go around, start floating and cutting joints, and dude, and I got a GoPro on my head, and he's like, by the way, I'm not going to show this. I don't think, I might as a short or something, but he's like, it's not time to make a movie. You know what I mean? Like I got a GoPro on my head. I'm not slowing. It's nothing. You know what I mean? What's up, Canadian concrete pumper? But anyway, we get this concrete and we start pouring out. I'm cutting joints, and this stuff's flying. We're spraying it with the hose, and they're pouring concrete. Remember, that guy's slow at striking off, and the guy that was running the job, he's on knee boards, floating, trying to, and then jumping off, going to strike out. As he's on knee boards, he's walking across the slab. It's that hard. And at this time, the old man, he gets it all poured out and doesn't even bull float it, and it's pretty much done. They go and basically they go to try to get a machine, and the machine, it was like sparking when they put it on it. So I really think, I don't know, I think they had to tear out half of it. I did get a bunch of it. I got the whole pool deck broomed right to there, and then all this it was like 6 yards they had to tear out. I felt bad for him, but it's a good learning experience. It wasn't, I mean, I told him to put retarder in it. I guess if you're ever in that situation, you could put a can of pop in it and slow it down. Have any of you guys, I'm going to interact with the chat now. Has any of you guys ever heard of putting a can of pop in it? What's up, New Age Plug? Hey, by the way, that was the story of we losing our concrete, but I want to talk about something else. Today I got something in the mail. Got some stuff in the mail. This is like the first time Grub Muds ever got stuff in the mail from other people, so let's check it out. Oh, baby, I like this. What do you guys think it is? Hey. My guy from Cadillac Concrete Products hooked me up, man. He seen me cutting joints with this one. He seen me cutting joints with this one on the sidewalk, and he said, man, you need this. And he's a really good dude. They're on Instagram and Facebook at Cadillac Concrete Products. I believe they're the best joiners on the market. You can have this one too and get up to your intersections. It goes right to it. It's pretty cool. So that's one thing, guys. Big shout out to Cadillac Concrete Products for sending me that to try out. And I'm going to put it on a video. You guys will see it in use. Because now I got the whole system. I got every joiner I need. So now we really can cut joints. All right, now this is something different. I got some t-shirts. This is a company called Fritz Pack. What this is, they sent me some t-shirts with what this is it slows down the concrete. It slows down the concrete, and you can open it and throw it in the truck, and it'll like you can pour out half your concrete and then throw a couple of those in if it's in the sun. So that's another thing you could do. I wish I would have had a couple of these on that day when we poured that, but we didn't. Can of pop probably would have worked. Hey man, I appreciate it. 50 people in here. You guys are awesome. I really don't have a whole lot more. I'm really not that great at lives, but I'm practicing. I really appreciate you guys rocking with me. Another thing I really appreciate is you guys watching those shorts. You guys watching those shorts, man, and commenting. That's what helps, man. If you guys comment on those shorts, you guys are the reason why this channel is about to get to 100,000. And I can't thank you guys enough. I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to interact with the chat when you're telling a story, and I'm not that great at. I'm no Jay Williams, but anyway, when you're telling a story, it's hard to look through the chat. But I appreciate everybody in here. The Juan show. If you haven't seen him, go check out that Juan show. He's another concrete creator, a good dude. I'll make you a mod, Juan, here in a minute. Everybody else, Rob Does Work. Shout out Rob Does Work. He's got a channel. We got Josh Wheeler in here. Yeah, start commenting on the shorts, guys, because what it does is when you're commenting, it lets it play again, and that's what helps. It helps push it. And I got another thing I want to talk about. I got some really, really good shorts coming. Some stuff that's going to be funny as heck. Now I tried to post one today, and YouTube said no, it's not ad friendly, so I got to change a few things around. What's up, Zeppy Construction? That's the guy's got another channel, another concrete channel. He's actually going to come on the show. I would bring you on right now, Zeppy, but I'm not on StreamYard. I accidentally set it up as YouTube, so I don't know how to bring anybody up on YouTube. But check out Zeppy Construction. He's a concrete guy. He's been through the struggle. If you've been through the struggle, you know how it is. We like to support each other. If you know, I haven't heard his whole story, but we're definitely going to hear what because I like to hear the comeback. You know, that's always good. Josh Wheeler says, "Hey, have you ever heard from Rick Thompson?" I don't even know who Rick Thompson is. Where's the panel, Rob? It's no panel, man. I messed up. I would bring you on. Oh, about Zeus. All right, so here's the deal with Zeus. He's not working here anymore. He's doing good, but he's not working here anymore. Things didn't line up. That's all I can really say. Blood, Sweat, and Tears says he loves Fritz Pack. Shout out Blood, Sweat, and Tears. That's another channel. You guys are awesome, man. Keep it up, Grub. I appreciate it. The comments do disappear, but what I was talking about was I don't even remember, man. I just appreciate you guys rocking with me, man. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. You guys are awesome. Remember, if you're for real, if you're pouring in the sun, get a couple of these Fritz Packs. What they do is they slow it down, and next thing, or ask them to put 1% retarder in it. It's better to wait on the concrete than have to scramble. Hey, I appreciate it, Rob. Appreciate it, Charles. Appreciate it, everybody in the chat. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Hey, if you're pouring concrete, remember, pour early in the morning and don't pour too much. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.